Xiaoxie said triumphantly, "Everyone, there are prizes for all those who come today, and today is the birthday of the god of gamblers. Come, and divide the money." He pushed a large pile of silver on the table forward, looked at everyone and said to the red-eyed old man, "Little old man, take your silver yourself." Bing ha! Xiaoye is qualified to laugh so wildly, because he is a big winner today, and it also proves that one thing he has always wanted to know in his heart is whether gambling is the best in the world. Now he's confirmed that it's better to have a heart than a winner. The crowd began to divide the money with a burst of cheers, even the black-toothed man. Xiaoxie looked at Xiaoding and Xiaoqi and said, "How god of gambling is my godfather? Who does he help me with? Learn a little bit to ensure that you will always be, eat fragrant, drink spicy, ha." Xiaoding smiled and said, I don't know who boiled you like this, it's terrifyingly evil, he he." Xiao Mao carried a sack full of gold yuanbao, looked at Xiaoxie with a smile, and seemed to be very satisfied with today's harvest. "Let's go." Xiaoxie divided the 11 sacks, and even Xiaoding hung 3 of them, and Xiaoding couldn't push them off if he wanted to. The girl doesn't look very good when she hangs a hemp bag, but fortunately, Xiao didn't take the silver and asked her to stuff it in her belt, otherwise it would be even more noticeable. In this way, Xiaoxie carried 4 sacks and a bunch of silver tickets, Xiaoding carried 2 sacks, Xiaoqi and 5, and walked out of the fortune gambling house in a beautiful manner. Before leaving, Xiaoxie also shouted, "Hey, you told Wei Yuxuan that I borrowed it from Yang Xiaoxie, I think he will be happy to help me, so that it can save you a lot of trouble." The little evil is clear. On the one hand, he can sleep peacefully and save himself from making trouble in the middle of the night, and on the other hand, he is deliberately attacking Wei Yuxuan to see how he can be the lord of the decent castle among the decent. The 3 people in the casino originally intended to come to the dark, but they had to report it to the police when Xiaoxie said this, and asked for instructions from above to make a decision. The battle for gambling and hegemony, which was both tense and exciting, has come to an end, and it is really a joy for a few families and a few worries. XXX. The wind and the sun are beautiful. Chang'an City is more lovely today. The crowd of people, red men and green women, like shadows, talk continuously. Mules and horses and stage coaches also raise light hooves to get very rhythmically wandering the ancient capital street. But the little evil, they are trapped by the money. People are short of money, and they think the money is too heavy. Xiaoxie shouted, "Grandma Black Skin, it's really heavy, hee hee. It's not very pleasant to win." He looked at Xiaoding and couldn't help but laugh again. Because Xiaoding was now like an overwhelmed little donkey, panting and sweating, she cried bitterly, "Xiaoxie, find a place to rest. I'm so tired. A beggar gang of little abalone is so hard, no one can believe it. Xiaoxie, he is a nonsense king, he will go there when he thinks of it." This time he forgot to pity the fragrance and cherish the jade, which caused Xiaoding to swallow all the hardships, and only Xiaoxie can make Xiaoding work so resigned, and only Xiaoxie can do this kind of thing. Xiaoxie glanced at Xiaoding, and said with a smile, "Thank you for your hard work." He is also embarrassed to let Xiaoding suffer again. Looking around, he has found that there is a square not far from the side, and there is a big banyan tree near it. He pointed with his hand and said, how about we rest there? The three of them walked over there to rest. This little evil trick came again, and he said, Xiao Ding, how about we come and have a good time? Xiao Ding asked, how do you make a fuss? Xiaoxie raised his head and smiled, how about we have a contest to guess the fans' nonsense birthday party? Xiao Ding couldn't help laughing. She knew that Xiaoxie was going to mess up again, but she was fascinated by this competition and guessing nonsense meeting. It must be very funny, right? Xiaoxie smiled, then you wait for me here, and I'll go around the street. He said to Xiaoqi, Xiaoqi, you have to protect Xiao Ding and the gold ingot, and I will come back immediately. Xiao Qian laughed, indicating that there was no problem. Xiaoxie winked at him, then took 200,000 taels of silver tickets and ran to the street. He first went to Jianzhuang to exchange silver, and explained that Jianzhuang would be sent to the old banyan tree in Zikan at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He also went to the troupe to invite some bands and drummers, and asked them to set up a big stage under the old banyan tree. Walking towards the alley, he ordered 2,000 red turtles, 100 lanterns, and several thousand candles. I went to the calligraphy and painting shop and asked them to write a lot of advertisements for guessing the birthday party of contests and fans and posted them everywhere, and also invited many people to beat gongs and drums to publicize many couplets, especially their own names. Xiaoxie has nothing to do when he is full, and he has no place to spend his money, so he has made the entire Chang'an city boiling, and everyone is talking about who Yang Xiaoxie is. Some people say that he is a minister sent down by the emperor, and some people say that he is a rich family doing good deeds, but no one guesses that he is a gangster, a jobless vagrant who is well fed. Rich and pregnant, in less than 2 hours, Xiaoxie had returned to the old banyan tree in Zikan, and he also came back with 2 chickens and a bag of meat. Xiaoxie threw the rooster to Xiaoqi and said with a smile, Xiaoqi, you eat these first. Xiaoqi took it, smiled and gnawed violently. Xiaoxie glanced at Xiao Ding, smiled mysteriously, Xiao Ding, you can also eat a little, wait a minute, you are so busy. Xiao Ding pressed the bag of meat and asked, is there anything I want to keep busy? Xiaoxie smiled and said, after you are full, you have to order the beggars to help, and call them to come to the afternoon to attend the birthday party. Xiao Ding smiled, no problem. She ate a few slices of meat, then went to the nearby street, found a little beggar, gave a few explanations, and walked back. The little beggar can fly like a treasure to carry the news. Xiaoxie asked, Xiao Ding, do you want to have a silk ball? Xiao Ding filled, little evil, don't mess around, can hydrangeas be thrown around if I pick it up for someone else, what should I do? The little evil shouted, come less. What does it matter if you throw it away? Everyone is lively, and it's a big deal to sleep in the tile kill. Xiao Dinky said, what does throwing hydrangea have to do with sleeping in a tile kill? The little evil said, this has a lot to do with it. I want Wang Baoquan back then, throw the hydrangea, throw it away. Beat a beggar unconscious, and finally she had to go to sleep in the tile kill. You can also make it in the same way. Xiao Ding was angry and funny, she smiled embarrassedly, I don't throw it, how embarrassing is this? The little evil swept and said, okay, if you don't throw it, I'll throw it. Hee hee. Xiao Ding couldn't stand up with a smile. She couldn't figure out what kind of person Xiaoxie was. Bing Ground Xiao has gone to find a large hydrangea weighing more than 10 pounds, which is as big as a basket. Xiaoxie held the big hydrangea and smiled. Xiao Ding, this is okay. He touched the hydrangea like his hair. Xiao Ding laughed and said, then someone's ball is so big, who dares to take it? The little evil shouted, who said I want someone to pick it up? I think that when Wang Beiyu threw it away, Shui Pingui was knocked unconscious, and I went to the next floor today. I have to look at it and throw it again, press it on the ground well, and marry him again if I don't die. Hee hee. Xiao Ding couldn't laugh anymore, and his eyes were full of tears. Soon, the one who built the stage came, and it was quickly set up, and the little evil they had already moved the silver to the stage. Practice how to conduct a conference. And the calligraphy and painting shop also sent couplets over, and Xiaoxie soon pasted the couplets to her pregnancy. I only saw a red cloth hanging in front of the stage, and the right side of the theater wrote the words "Guess the fans of the competition and talk nonsense about the birthday party," and the two sides of the stage on the outside also pasted couplets. On the left side are strong and rich in martial arts, and I will also know how to make the mystery wonderful, while on the right side is written there is a set of nonsense and farts and everyone laughs on their birthdays. In the center of the front of the stage is a large portrait of Yang Xiaoxie, and below is written Yang Xiaoxie in 3 large gold characters, and on the back is written the words I will not go home today.